Hi, I am Kim Barber with Kim Barber Coaching, and I'm going to talk today about the importance of lead nurturing. Lead nurturing is important to inbound marketing because it's the opportunity to provide value to your leads and customers and help them grow with your business. So as an inbound professional, whether this is an online lead, you're working with a past client, somebody that you just met, you might ask yourself, how do I connect with the prospects and turn them into customers in the best way? And lead nurturing is the answer. So lead nurturing is the process of building relationships with your prospects, with your leads, with your past clients, etc., with the goal of earning their business when they're ready. So in practice, lead nurturing is a marketing effort that's focused on engaging with your leads and your customers in a way that encourages progress toward a specific action, which in most cases is a closing. In real estate, it's a sale, a closing, and if you're listening in other sales, then basically it's whatever converts them into doing business with us. So lead nurturing is timely, it needs to be efficient, and it needs to be very targeted approach. We need to have a targeted approach to help us connect with our contacts. And by taking this approach, you can deliver very helpful content to your leads at the time that they need them. So the big question we need to answer is, what makes lead nurturing so important to our success when it comes to the leads coming in the marketing that we apply? So it's important to know that the lead nurturing and where it fits into the natural progress, the natural method in which we do inbound leads and moving them into that conversion. So how are you going to use lead nurturing to achieve your goals? So when we look at the different steps of the inbound method, it basically goes from attract, convert, close, and then retention, keeping them happy, keeping them into our pool of leads that will buy from us again. And so basically the lead nurturing is in the, you've converted it for the lead to come into your system. Now it's time to close them, so it's in between the stage. So successful nurturing is also important. So successful nurturing, it helps us really focus on the value that we want to give to them in offering information at the right time. So we want to make sure that we stay in rapport and stay in that timing, because if we're off, then we can lose the lead. So each of the leads in our database and your database should be nurtured in a fashion that matches their interests and the life cycle stages. So if they're not ready to buy, we need to nurture them in a certain way. If they're more aggressively moving towards their decision time, then our nurturing will increase, our connections with them will increase, but we have to find value along the way. So this is like pages they've visited and content they've consumed really shows where their interests are. So if they've downloaded a guide, we need to give them content that's relevant to that guide. If they're looking for homes or they're looking for a product that's centered around a certain region or a certain thing, then we have to make sure that we're relevant to that area. And that helps us win customers faster. It helps us make sure that we're building that rapport. So in real estate, of course, if they download or they're searching for homes in a certain area, then we want to focus on that area, not something that's, for example, 30 miles away. So the good nurturing really helps us with our conversations, with our contacts, and also help to keep that connection after they also become customers, so that we could be doing more business with them. So it's when they first come in and then nurturing them until they become a client, matching their life cycle, giving them that value, and then giving them more information from our business even after the business closes. For example, updated market reports. So you want to provide this value to the customers, and then they will give you value in return, which helps us grow our business. So for example, if we meet them where they are and we end up helping them sell the home, then they're going to be more likely to work with us again. They're more likely to refer us business. And this is where you see the success in all of the nurturing that you've been doing. So in other words, growth with our leads means growth with our business. So, kind of going further, what exactly is lead nurturing? So lead nurturing is the timeliness, it's the efficiency, and it's a targeted approach for us to connect with our leads with our contacts, with our past clients. And we want to look at these, like I'm going to go ahead and look at these in different aspects of how we want to do this. So the first thing is about timeliness. So one of the problems that we have as real estate professionals, as inbound sales professionals, is finding that right time to connect with them, especially when the leads come in an off hour. So we also want to connect with them when they're most interested to talk with us. So one of the problems that they face and that we face is connecting them and having them being contacted at the wrong time or being out of rapport. So this is where that lead nurturing comes in. It has to be delivered to make this more efficient. It has to be delivered with marketing automation. So, when we say marketing automation, we're really referring to the software that exists, the CRMs that exist out there, with the goal of automating your marketing action, with automating our marketing actions as a salesperson. And we have to automate these repetitive tasks over and over, such as the emails that go out, the marketing reports that go out, the sales updates that go out, and put these in an automated workflow. So that basically allows us to streamline our time, streamline our efforts, and then manage the campaigns that are inside their cycle of nurturing for them. So this technology makes it easier and helps us deliver the right content to our leads at the right time. So with marketing automation, you can develop nurturing campaigns, smart campaigns, automation campaigns, whatever in the languages that you're used to. But the idea is we want to deliver the right content and the right time that is based on actions that they've taken with us. So using this software, we can trigger events that happen also after the contacts do something. So for example, if they download one of our guides, then we can send a follow-up piece. So for example, maybe they download a guide that says the top 7 costly mistakes sellers want to avoid. Then you can send a follow-up piece through automation that is a blog or a video that you've already created about this. And it can be another source. Maybe it's going to YouTube. It can go to your website. It's embedded in the email, but it's a follow-up to make sure that they can see you and it's relevant to what they've asked about. So you're continuing this conversation with additional context, like I was sharing with you, these ideas that's about what they're learning about. If they want to sign up for home searches, then we're continuing more information about that area, case studies in the case of selling costly things to avoid. And so that, again, we're staying in front of them with content that they care about. So it doesn't also, marketing software and automation isn't only about the timeliness. The automation software, it's your inbound lead toolbox, right? And so we want to take advantage of all the benefits and timeliness that we can get to the leads that it has to offer. So for example, if they want a market report, then it can help you automate and send that market report to them every week, every couple weeks, every few weeks, depending on, perhaps that phone call that asks them, how frequent would you like to have the marketing report that you signed up for? So then this also once we have this automation set up, then this goes into the lead nurturing of efficiency. So we know that when it comes to the timeliness and the efficiency, that we're likely to have a higher success level. This is by many, many studies that says if we're able to reach them within the first 5 minutes, we have an 85% chance of reaching them, and we're in top of mind because they just did something. And so I've seen studies that say 21 times more from places like HubSpot. So we really want to make sure that we send some type of automation within that first 5 minutes. And statistically, the phone calls builds that human interaction and people love it. But also statistically, so these are kind of combined, that we want to have anything. So a text or an email all adds to the automation, and this type of speed allows us to, if we're in an appointment, that at least it sends something out, so we're creating the automation to create that leverage. And it really helps us, qualify and warm up to the lead and let them have a chance to respond. So the content, will help us stay relevant. So the automation includes adding efficiency, and it really lightens the load of us as an agent, as a salesperson. So then what we can do with our time is focus on that extra content versus, getting to every single call then or inquiry that the automation software is doing that. And then we can focus our time on that extra content, creating videos, creating blogs, creating those marketing pieces that we want to put out and put together. So it's really helpful that these are basically optimizing our efforts. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that we're also being human. So we need to be human. We need to be very helpful for them and giving them the content they want. But it's also, again, about the whole picture. So the automation doesn't do everything. It can't it can't only do the lead marketing. It can't only do the lead generation, but it does help us increase our ability to create leverage, increase our time and the value that we provide in a very efficient way. So it's automatically sending the searches, it's automatically sending the guides, it's automatically sending a text within a minute or so of them downloading it, or an increase like, did you actually get my guide? So a quick thing so that they can respond. So most of today's CRMs allow you to send market reports, to send property searches, to send the guides after they've come to your landing page. Then you can get that stuff more immediate, which is really nice compared to 10 years ago. So this timeliness and this kind of efficiency allows us to bring together one of the last things that's really important, which is really targeting that leads in the right way. So the lead nurturing, the lead comes in, the automation happens, it connects it right away, and then it's sending them the things that they've asked for in an automated pattern. But then what we need to do is we need to still craft our emails that sound like us as humans. We want to be aware of their interests and provide them what they might need next. Like I mentioned, the emails, the videos, that extra content. And so that we come in, for example, you can have the automation set so that if your CRM is robust like this, when they favorite a property, that an email automatically goes out that says, hey, I noticed you favorited a property. Are you interested in seeing it? That would be an item that then you can call them and say, I noticed you favorited a property. I'm calling to make sure that you were able to download the guide. It didn't go into your spam. And this is the part about being human. So people know that there's automation, but still that connection allows us to build trust. It shows interest. We're paying attention to them. And this is what becomes a successful business. So the lead nurturing campaigns can really give you the context at which the email comes in, whether it's a guide, whether it's an online lead, whether it's an open house, whatever it is that you've offered where you've met them. So it allows us to do that nurturing in a very timely way. It's efficient and it's very targeted because you can build this automation based on where they came from. So inbound, professionals, whether it's us, whether it's your inside salesperson, whether it's another person on your team, the whole point of the lead nurturing is it helps us grow our business, again, in a very efficient way. We can nurture these leads by engaging with them on an ongoing basis and gradually guiding them through this journey, the buyer, the seller's journey, with being helpful and with being in context. So when we do it this way, this is how lead nurturing works so that we can increase our success, we can increase our efficiency, and we can meet them where they are. So I hope you have found this helpful. You can see down in the description some more information about how you can connect with me in my business at Kim Barber Coaching. My goal is to increase your success using proven systems and strategies. If you have found this helpful, please leave me a comment, that thumbs up, and I'd love it if you would tell YouTube that you like my channel by subscribing and turning those notifications on. I'll see you next time.